Alright guys, welcome back to another war video. Today we're taking Count Nefaria, Nico, and Onslaught on Path 5 again. I'm going to let you guys know this is a long war. A lot of the fights, we're taking a lot of fights this war, and a lot of the fights are going to be pretty slow. Which is not the most fun thing, but again, I get to make a lot of content out of it. So, first here we have Domino versus Count Nefaria. Again, we took this fight last war. It's not too bad. It's fairly simple. Just do the basic Nefaria rotation. You're going to take some crit fail damage, obviously, but again, that's basically every champion with Domino. There are a few that don't, but again, they're not perfect for this path, and again, someone like Nefaria is an absolute beast and can be used for pretty much any fight in the game. Also, as you saw, there was a bit of lag at the beginning. I don't know if it's just me, but the servers lately have been fairly laggy. It's getting really frustrating because it's not just like in the quests where you have to like wait 20 seconds to get onto the next node, but it's like in Battleground your screen just freezes fully. It takes like 10 seconds off your fight. It's really annoying, but again, it kind of is what it is. Back to the fight. Here we're placing Levos on Domino, nothing too crazy. We're going to try to parry her special 1s because they're fairly simple to parry, and again, her special 2s aren't as. Here, I do take the hit to the face. Thankfully, Nefaria is really tanky, and we didn't take that much health from it. If that was a crit, I don't think that would have been game over, because again, Nefaria is pretty tanky, but it could have gone bad. Here, I made a mistake, though. I pushed myself to special 3. I should just use the special 2, and tried to go back into our special 1, special 2 rotations. Because the problem with special 3 is it doesn't, like, do much, especially on this node, right? We do get some ionic charges, I think, and we go into ionic overdrive, but again, all those charges are going to be instantly cleansed when she gets the protection back up, and the ionic overdrive just doesn't last long enough for us to, like, do anything meaningful with it. Right, here I could maybe, like, if I played perfectly, got into the special 2, but again, that's not really the point of it. Here we do get the parry off, so inflict the energy vulnerability, which makes this fight a lot quicker since we're doing a lot more damage. I think the energy vulnerabilities are 60%, so we're doing 120% more damage, and that's a lot. Here we're bending her special 2, simple dex. I think you can parry her second hit, but that's not something I'm comfortable with, and I don't really want to try. Yeah, here we're just kind of waiting out our overdrive. We're going to throw another special 1, at least try to, and consume all the charges, but yeah, I think she's going to cleanse them all, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be the special 2. I don't want to take any risks, like I did a few wars ago, and died a lot, but that's besides the point. There, just played safe, and we get the fight down. Now we're taking Warlock. Again, we're using Count Nefaria. This one's mostly the tactic. Nefaria is tactic this season, which makes a lot of these fights go a lot smoother. And we just don't take power detonation damage, which is great. And yeah. So again, this Warlock, there's not really much to it. I tried practicing the special 2 parry. I never did it. I don't know if it's possible or not. I think it probably is. I'm probably parrying too early. It might just be the way the animations and like the actual code of the game works. It doesn't really matter. I think you can. Actually, I've done his special 2 or special 1 parry, but I'm not exactly sure if I do it in this fight, because again, you don't typically want to push Warlock to special 1 because it does get pretty annoying. Other than that, again, it's pretty much the exact same nodes as last one. Yeah, we just hit him, special 1, special 2 loop. The only problem here is I don't think we get to our special 2 very often because of, again, the power drain. I'm either throwing his special 2s and failing to get the energy vulnerability up, or I'm throwing his special 1s to get it, but getting power drained, which isn't exactly great. Here, I don't know about you guys, but that looked like a perfect parry. Again, it might just be the way the game's code works, or maybe you just can't evade his special 2 or something like that. I have no clue, but yeah. Here we go back into Ionic Overdrive. I think that's from a parry, and yeah, we're just trying to get to our special, or not, or we could just the special one again. I think I was trying to like get those extra, what it's called, charges into our Ionic Overdrive, so that we can get to it faster next time, and maybe to get the Fury. I'm not exactly sure what I was thinking there, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, Warlock's not like super challenging, to be honest. He's just there. Again, he has some like annoying defensive threats, but again, nothing too crazy. He's really just like, from what you can tell, a stall, right? We're 2 minutes into the fight. Again, we're not like at risk of dying, and we're not at risk of timing out, but it's just a slow and pouring fight. Yeah. This next fight we have, again, I think it's Nefaria versus someone. Gotta wait. Yeah, Nefaria versus Black Cat. Actually, no. I was gonna take Nefaria for this, but then I realized Onslaught can just do it. My Onslaught's rank 4, my Nefaria's only rank 3, and again, plus Onslaught's gonna have class advantage, and he out-damages the protection just fine, but I don't know why. I think it's probably in Black Cat's kit, because when she does the intercept evade, so I think it might be turned off for mutants. That's just what I'm guessing. I have no clue. It might be because of Neuroshock. I know Neuroshocks prevent miss. I don't know if they prevent evade or not. But yeah. I mean, even if we weren't able to get the protection down, this fight isn't that bad, right? We've done a few hits and she's already 6% down. There, I'm not sure if I mistimed that or if it's just like the AI being weird. But either way, we got hit by that special one again. Not anything too crazy. We get the bleeds, it'll heal us back up a bit. And yeah, we get the special one off, and we're halfway done with the fight now. Onslaught just does crazy damage, right? We just have to bait her heavy attack and throw the special too, and then she'll basically just be ticking down for the rest of the fight. There we got the intercept off, and we get the Fury, and the fight's just down. Right, Black Cat doesn't have a lot of HP. And yeah, I don't know how I was able to intercept her there, but I'm not going to complain. Here, this Deathless Thanos is a little bit sketchy. We're using Nico, and I just don't use any of the pre-fights. I probably should have used the second one, but again, it is what it is. I'm saving the other two for other fights that we're taking. I need the Ward pre-fight. Again, that wouldn't do anything for Deathless Thanos on this node anyways. But I need that one for the mini-boss. And then I need the, whatever it's called, the buff immunity spell for Dark Phoenix I'm taking later on the boss island. But again, Nico is a hard counter with Thanos, right? She gets those acid burns on him. Again, not making the same mistake like I did last time. She puts the acid burns on him. She has the halt on the SB1, so after we do our special 2 looped once, we should be fine. Now again, Thanos is going to cleanse the buff immunity every now and then, but again, we can just throw our special 2s constantly, and even then, we're probably going to keep him closer to the wall anyways, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. He's not going to always purify it or cleanse it. With this fight, you do need to find a good balance of throwing special 1s and special 2s, because you don't typically want the buff immunity to fall off too often, like you saw there. You also don't want to like try to play around the counterpunch charges. You could just have a halt on it, right? So again, here you're just gonna watch me like try to figure out a good balance, try to play around the debuff cleansing. Again, it's just annoying, but again, nothing crazy, right? Nico has enough damage to finish this fight out. Again, we're still on pace, right? 25% down, and we still have 3 minutes 45 seconds to go. And again, our damage is pretty much only going to get better from here as I figure out how to fight him better and do all that, this and that. There's a lot of things to keep track of in this fight, but again, it's not anything too crazy. Let's play around it. Again, Nico does crazy damage, so I'm not too worried about stalling out in this fight. Again, it's just trying to maneuver around the annoyances. But yeah, I don't really want to commentate over this fight too much more, because again, there's not really much to commentate over, especially since I've already said everything. I want to talk about Nico in the next Titan pool. I have a Titan Nexus right now saved up. However, I'm still going to open any generic Titans I get from any content, like the next Crucible, or if I get enough shards from the Fantastic Force Recruitment, or just anything else. I'm just going to open them, because, again, I am still in dire need of both a Zola and a Yelena. I wouldn't mind a Gallon. I kind of want them too. I got Spiral out of my last Titan, so that's good. Again, she does want Sig 200 to be, like, better, but again, she works fine as a Serpent counter on Unawakened, which is kind of the only reason I wanted her. Just to shove her in my Battlegrounds deck and have another Serpent counter in case I need it. Again, once I get Nico as a 7-star, though, I'll probably just launch Spiral out, unless, again, I need her. Because again, having another Serpent counter is never bad. Again, especially Nico is probably going to get banned. She's probably the new banned champion that everyone's going to have, right? They're like Serpent, Deathless Thanos. She's probably going to be next, right? She's super overpowered. The only thing I want to say is the next Titan pool, I'm not like too incredibly excited for. Because here's the thing, right? Nico and Carolina Dean are incredible, right? They are looking immaculate. Right here, I'm a subvert, or whatever the word is here. I'm gonna get back on track to the fight, then I'll come back to talking about that. Here we have Nico Minoru versus the Thing, right? We don't have class advantage, but Thing isn't immune to poison, which makes this fight pretty easy. And even if he was, we just put the acid burns on him, so it wouldn't matter. Here I'm just boosting up as much as I can, because I know Thing is tanky, but I don't know to what extent, and also I'm using a 6-star, so again, I could potentially just not be doing enough damage, and I could stall out this fight, right? But again, there's nothing like too crazy about Thing. We just have to go to our special 2, get the buff immunity on him, and then we don't have to worry about his rock stacks, and then we just spam our special ones. We start with the power start 1 boost so we can get to it faster. Here I'm going to bait out a special 2. I'm not exactly sure why I didn't just throw the special 2 when I got it, but it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. Here we special intercept him, get the buff immunity up, and I'm just going to let the fight play and go back to what we were talking about. Because again, there's not much to it. Just hit him. Those special ones. Repeat. But yeah, I'm not too excited for this next Titan pool. I really want Nico and Carolina, but again, those are the only 2 that I want. The Maker, I just don't care about, right? These Alliance War champions, in my opinion, are just clogging up the Titan pool. So again, there's nothing wrong with having an Alliance War champ in the game. But again, that's like their only relevant use, right? Most of these champions just don't have, like, they're not good for Battlegrounds because they're too slow. They're fine for questing, but again, I'd rather just use someone else. The only good thing I can say about the Maker is his pre-fights, which again is whatever, right? Like, yeah, sure, they'll probably be useful here and there, but again, for most Alliance Wars, you won't even, like, as the game progresses, you probably won't even have an extra person to bring in for, like, as a pre-fight champion, right? You probably have to use Maker somewhere and have, like, a long and boring fight. Again, that's just my opinion. I haven't played him, I haven't tested him, I haven't done any of that stuff. So again, I'm just looking at videos, looking at times, looking at that sort of thing. I just really could not care less about Maker. I don't like its animations. They look really weird and ugly to me. But again, it is what it is. Then High Evolutionary, like, I'm kind of interested in, but like at the same time, not really. He's gonna be an annoying defender, but I just don't think he's that big of a, like, that hard of a defender, right? You just play Mixmaster against him, and you should be fine. Right here, we're taking Dark Phoenix with Nico again. get the buff immunity up. This fight's a little bit more annoying because her combat power rate increases a ton. But, again, it's Nico versus Dark Phoenix. Yeah. Anyways, I'm not, like, too excited about High Evolutionary, right? He looks like a fine defender, but I think he's going to go out of the meta in a few weeks. Or maybe not weeks, a few months. Because, again, he's not... Like, I don't want to, like, sound like a dick, but he's just not the greatest, right? Whoever designed him, it's definitely an interesting design, but he just has no longevity. There got parried while throwing a heavy and resisted. God, it's so annoying when that happens, especially in Battlegrounds. And then they just rush in and hit you like 20 times. God, that's so annoying. But I digress. I just don't think High Evolutionary is going to be super meta relevant later on. I think he'll be more someone like the Thing, for example, right? Or Destroyer, right? Here got clipped by a special 2. Thankfully, she doesn't get her Fury debuff, or her Fury buff, due to the buff immunity, which means it doesn't hit as hard. Here we get the full dex. You know, it's not too hard. I had to learn that one a while ago, but again, it is what it is. Finish out this fight pretty easily. Next, we have Onslaught versus Nick Fury on the Safeguard node. Again, it's pretty simple. It's going to be a longer fight, again, because it just is. Again, you got the Safeguard, you have Nick Fury. It just takes forever. But, yeah. Again, back to High Evolutionary. You play Mixmaster against him, and you really only have to throw special ones. In metas where you can't parry him, he will definitely be annoying, and he might be a stall. But I just don't see him being anything crazy on defense. Again, I think he's going to be similar to Yelena, where he might be, like, annoying to fight at first, but once you figure out how to fight him, he's just not, like, that big a deal, right? He'll still have defensive purposes. People will, like, mess up against him, lose, and do all that stuff, but again, that's not going to last for too very long, which, doesn't make me hype for him. Again, I'll take him. I'll probably rank him up to rank 3, and again, if he is somehow some crazy defender, then I'll probably take him to rank 4. What if and when I get him, but it's a bit down the line. And yeah, we have Mr. Knight coming out next month, I think. Actually, no, I think he's September. That's when the Choice Champions come out. Probably September, yeah. I have no clue who's coming out next month. Hopefully they're a lot better than the Maker and High Evo. Because if not, then it really just feels like I'm wasting my Titan Nexus, because like, the chances that I get Nico or Carolina out of that is pretty low. And again, I might just save for the one after that. Just hopefully gonna be better. But yeah. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling about the next Titan batch and get back to the fight. Right here with Nick Fury. Just baiting his heavies. I'm gonna get the special 1 down, back to the special 2. I think here I might just skip the special 1 and go straight to the special 2. He's not going to have a lot of health left. Or I don't, and I just throw the special 1. I don't think this will kill, but it'll probably get him down fairly solidly, yeah. It's going to be a little bit slow after the, like, poison that he has, or Neuroshock, or whatever it is. You just throw another special 1, and yeah, he's just going to be taken down to Neuroshocks, and he's going to die. Here he throws the last special 2, we hit him, and he dies. And now we finally have the final fight of the war, which is a Yelena boss. Node 50. She's not even awakened, which makes this an easier fight. So, yeah, but again, Onslaught is a pretty decent counter to Yelena. He has the Daunted. He has the damage over time, which makes it really good for this node in particular, because she has a million health. But again, yeah, we're just going to play normal Onslaught versus Yelena, and yeah, I mean, if she goes to elimination mode, just hit her block and deal with it. Right? So here, I'm trying to... I don't even know what I was trying to do. I was probably trying to get her to bait a heavy so I can have an opening. And here we're gonna bait her. We're gonna bait her special 1s because I don't know how to dex her special 2. We do push her to a special 2 later on in this fight, and you'll see. See how that goes. But I mean, throw the special 1, we're halfway through our loop, we get back to the special 2, and yeah. The only, like, problem with this fight, I don't think it happens, but is the Crushed for Onslaught, because the Crush is going to let Yelena, in her elimination mode, right? Normally, it's fine, right? It's just a free unblockable. But in her elimination mode, you gotta get that Crush off you. I think you can just throw a light attack there. That's what I was talking about. I dex the first 3 hits. I had no clue to dex it, right? I dex the special 2, but I forgot she had that last hit on her special 2, which means she hit me and it pushed her all the way into elimination mode. And now we're stuck against the wall, which is incredibly bad. And yeah, here I parry heavy, throw another special 2, which gets the pause back up on the degens. Here we don't have like a lot of things to worry about, but yeah, we're now back stuck in the corner, which is really bad. Yeah, she hits us twice, does a lot of damage, and here I hit her and we get reversals. More of the story: don't let Yelena push you into the corner, because when she's in elimination mode, you literally just can't do anything, right? You just have to sit there and take it, and it's not fun. Unfortunately, that is the first death of this war. I was hoping to go fairly deathless for the rest of the season, but you live, you learn. It's not the worst fight in the world, right? I think if I ever take this fight again, I'll probably be fine. Because you really just have to push her to like towards her corner. You just need to have space so you can find like a way to hit her block. It'll be fine. And again here, there's not much of the fight, right? We really get 70% down without dying. We'll be able to get this 30% down just fine. But it doesn't really make it any less annoying that I died. Fortunately for us, the alliance that we were playing, I think, is purposely dropping down. I don't know why alliances do that. I could be missing something, but they're just dropping down a lot of points probably. Like, no one joined the war like until the like final few hours on their side, so I have no clue what they were doing. But yeah, as you can guess, that means we won. So again, none of our deaths really mattered. They had like 20% exploration, which again just pretty much means we won. Yeah. Like I said, we won the war. They didn't do anything. I'm gonna leave it off here, guys. Not feeling the greatest today, as you can probably tell. But yeah, this is a great. I love, like, I just love new war. I love it, like it being back. Taking one fight is fine, but again, over a 2-day period, it's not a hard fight typically. It's just not as great compared to this, where you have to take, for me at least, my alliance, we have to at least take 5 fights each. And then for me, I'm probably going to be taking Boss Island a lot more. It's so much more fun. Requires a lot more thought and complexity and nuance to think about what you're doing. There's a lot more nodes you have to figure out how to play. And yeah, it's just so much more fun and so much more entertaining to me personally, and I hope to you guys too. It's a lot better content, right? I can make it longer and more like quality videos. Although this one hasn't really been quality, I've just been rambling the whole time. But yeah, I'm just glad to be back, and yeah, hopefully the rest of the season goes good for us. We're on a few war winning streak. Um, I I hope we keep it up. I'm confident that we will. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I should have one coming out tomorrow. I'll be talking about Battlegrounds and its whole shtick. It'll probably be a bit of a longer video. Depends on how much footage I can get. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in that video. Peace.